Top of the sports news tonight, the Mattoon Green Wave take on Champaign Central in the regional semifinals, but to get there, they had to face Charleston in the first round. That game was last night, where Mattoon dominated the Trojans, putting up 78 points on offense. The NHL suspended St. Louis Blues forward Ryan Reeves for 3 games for this hit on San Jose defenseman Matt Tennyson. Reeves was called for boarding and given a game misconduct, which means he was also ejected from that game. The University of Illinois men's team may not be 3-24, but it'd be a stretch to say their season has been ideal. The Fighting Illini return to the State Farm Center tonight at 8 in Champaign with a difficult matchup against Indiana. Here's Derek Rose with a big 3 to take the lead with less than 19 seconds left. He takes a bow at center court, but really, it should have been Gordon Hayward taking one, willing his Jazz team to a victory. That layup there helped force overtime, and in the extra period, Hayward scored 8 more points to put away Chicago. Just when everyone thought the Cubs were done making moves, they proved otherwise. Chicago announced they've traded outfielder Chris Coghlan to the Oakland Athletics for right-handed pitcher Aaron Brooks.
Back up by the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday, back into the upper 60s.
All right, thank you, Jesse. It does look like there's some things to look forward to. Over in sports, Eastern Illinois baseball plays their first conference home game against the OVC leading Gamecock. Shelbyville is getting one of their landmarks ready for a busy summer. Chautauqua Auditorium will have a cleanup day April 16th, where volunteers will paint panels and help move some items to storage. Did you ever think you'd see 99-cent gas prices again? Well, officials are saying it could be a possibility. Gasoline prices are continuously decreasing and have hit a 12-year low to make the cemetery look nice for the spring season. Well, right now we're in for a night of rain, but Lacey, the sunshine might return briefly for the start of the weekend.
Yes, I hate to say it, but briefly is going to be the operative term.
They're playing the best basketball right now. You know, they come to practice and work hard every day. They make each other better at practice. You know, I can't say enough of these kids. They're, you know, all of them. They're just all around great young ladies.
After a 3-7 finish in the Apollo Conference a year ago and a second-round loss in the playoffs, it'd be easy for those girls to hang their heads. Instead, the Green Wave bounced back this season with an 8-2 Apollo record and a conference title.
It shows teamwork, it shows sportsmanship, it shows everything. We all come together and we play extremely well, especially in big games, and we all come out and we play like we need to and we get the job done.
Now Mattoon prepares for the postseason, where they'll see a familiar team in the Charleston Trojans.
We have the upper hand, like knowing that we won the Apollo Conference, and having it here is going to give us a huge hand also, and I hope it's going to be a really big game.
Spurgeon is one of 3 seniors on the Green Wave squad, and a deep playoff run would be a nice way to send him off.
Oh, I think, you know, everything to them for all the, you know, the hours they put in, you know, over the years, and just all the kids, you know, all the hours they put in, you know, this year and the previous years. You know, hard work pays off, so, I mean, it would be nice. You know, hopefully it's a good game.
With most of the team returning from last season, this year was all about playing as a unit. The Green Wave proved that with a conference title, and now they have the luxury of hosting a regional.
It's huge because our fans are such a huge part of our games. Like, it's amazing. Our fans are such huge supporters in every game that we play in. I mean, we have boys from the boys basketball team coming to support us, and like little kids coming to support us from like all over the town. So it's amazing. So the support it's great.
In Mattoon, I'm Nick Ruffolo for WEIU Sports Watch.
8 of the 177 employees laid off earlier this month worked at the Mary J. Booth Library on Eastern's campus. The library had previously lost employees, but now they are shorthanded enough to move things around.
That's right, Nate. As I found out, one desk is now vacant, and many other employees have changed schedules to accommodate the changes.
Anything that we were providing before, we are still providing. It just may be in a different part of the building.
Instead of checking out periodicals here, library patrons can take them to the circulation desk. This is just one of the switches made after several library employees were laid off in the most recent round of cuts. Sue Yoakum handles scheduling for circulation, and she says finding someone to cover each desk was a challenge.
I was pulling my hair out. I wasn't a real happy person. It's kind of a difficult task. We were actually pulling in staff from other non-public areas who are now helping in the public areas.
Most of the employees laid off bumped to another position, and that means some workers are taking on a new experience.
They may have been doing their particular set of hours for the last 10 or 15 years. and they've had to change their daily life to kind of accommodate their new hours.
One of those people is library associate Christopher Kogel, who came back from military leave with the National Guard, only to be working a new position with new hours.
Sundays traditionally at our house were, church and family time. That's an adjustment, and then working 10 to 6 will affect getting my kids to and from daycare and starting next year's school.
While the changes are unfavorable to some, the library is doing everything necessary to stay fully operational.
We have a plan, and we're hoping that it'll work for the next 6 weeks, and then we'll have to reevaluate as some of this shakes out.
I kind of take a little bit of solace in the fact that I'm employed, and more importantly, my benefits like health insurance. There's a lot of people really hurting. 177 of us just recently don't have that anymore.